It is the technology show where we translate geek.
Just fixing my hair into regular speak.
I'm Brett Levy, and with me as always, Angela Vithoulkas. How are you?
Hello. Give me a stick.
You jump into the stick already.
Give me a stick.
But you jump in the gun.
Amazing.
I haven't done the share screen yet.
No, but people can see me, and it is all just about me.
Okay.
So
you didn't.
It's super exciting, and it's going to be super fun.
You need to change the size.
I think I should have this all the time.
What, to beat me with it?
Well, no, these are too nice.
Okay.
They feel really good. I don't know if they're actually wood.
No, they're plastic.
But anyway, we're going to be getting to this, but I just think that when I make all the jokes that I make, which is continuously because I'm completely hilarious, I can just go.
Well, what you can't do is treat them as swords because they're sensitive. I
don't intend to beat anyone.
So what we're going to do is go straight to the slide and show everyone what we're doing. So these
is this the app of the week?
This is, it's because it's got an app. I'm doing it as app of the week.
Yeah.
And Thingz with a Z.
Give me. Okay, it's duo.
Of course it is. I'm being creative.
It's Thingz with a Z. It's a thing and it's an app. And
I'll put the picture up so everyone can see it. So in case they just thought you were going to beat me.
As an auntie of world's best auntie of 3 little ones, and the first gift I ever bought my eldest niece, who is now 6, when she was a baby, was a tambourine, so she could make noise at home without needing batteries, because I wanted her to be able to
that's quite clever.
Annoy her parents,
and the parents must have loved you for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this is like a great thing that I'm going to buy for my nephew, because
it's hearing you. No, you have to turn the buttons on.
I have to.
So while Angela's turning the buttons on, I'm going to quickly jump into what this is. This is Pocket Drum.
Woo!
So we did say it was app of the week as well. So I've opened up the app. So it comes with a nice little app. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into free mode.
Look, I can look like I'm.
So you've got to calibrate the buttons. Are they both on?
Yeah.
Okay. So now if you look over here, let me just select the buttons. Don't you love it when you do live demos? It's my favorite thing.
But I look like I know what I'm doing, because I know that drummers go like
okay.
Like
now
this.
It should start working now because I've turned you off foot mode. So if you go, I'm still not calibrated.
This is the technology show
where we calibrate stuff.
Where I go completely off script, out of order, and just expect
my
partner.
There.
Can't play guitar.
Okay, so now you're ready. You should start feeling the vibration. Did you feel it?
Yes, it vibrated.
And that one? 2?
Yep.
Right.
2.
Okay, now push the left hand button. So what I'm doing is I'm calibrating these sticks.
I pushed it.
Right, once.
Yep.
Now push the right hand button.
I pushed it.
Right, you're ready to go. Now we're going to hear you making a noise. Free mode. Okay, so while Angela's making a noise, I will talk over the drumming. You can see yourself. So you can actually see her drums going as well.
This is super cool.
It is cool.
If anyone is watching now, and you know that if you're my really close friends, you know I've been having a really tough March, which thank God is gone.
And you can now bang it out.
I want one of these so I can.
Well, you can go to the store and get it. I haven't got to that part of the prezzo.
The SME Mall.
So the SME Mall, correct. So basically, you now have a virtual. Okay, I'm going to turn that off because you're having too much fun.
Okay.
So you have a virtual set of drumsticks. Now, I am a drummer.
I want it.
Okay, well, you'll be able to go through
I think you should get it for
SME.
me.
No, that means I'm about to lose my set. So you're going to have to get in the queue with Kate. So basically, you have 6 different drums. You've got your hi-hat, your snare, your rider cymbal, your crash.
Here are the drums.
And you can play, as you've heard.
Yeah.
You can put a headset on so no one can hear you. Now,
But the whole point is that people should hear you.
These look like guitar plectrums. Now,
I'll hold it. You keep talking.
Okay, so the company started off with pocket guitar. So that was a little plectrum, and you would strum. I don't play guitar, and you could play virtual guitar.
And he has
sound.
Demonstrated that to me that he
clearly
cannot
demonstrated
play
I don't play guitar
because you'd have to use like one hand on the phone, and
so
you
hold the phone and you push C and G and B and all those things.
But these have a dual purpose.
They do.
Look,
so they come into you get little thing like this.
I do it. You keep talking.
I keep talking.
I do it.
So those are straps for your feet.
See,
so you have a bass drum and you have the hi-hat cymbal, the one that goes up and down into the drum.
And then, because you're going like this.
See, I'm doing the sound.
I'm doing the demonstration.
Okay, you're doing the demonstration. So
I'll
go back to talking. So basically your feet can operate like you would on a set of drums. And you play with your sticks. It comes in game mode.
Like it's so cool.
In fact, let's put game mode on.
It's
People
so
can
cool.
see it.
And what I love the best is that while Brett was playing, and can I just remind everybody of what my co-host said? I am a drummer.
Well, there we go.
Right.
I'm about to start now.
I am a drummer. It actually scores. It's a game, because that's what I asked. It's a game and it scores. And
put the sound back
this
on.
is a message for Gail, Brett's wife. You can now score your husband on good, great, perfect, or miss.
Read the words. Perfect.
Miss.
Perfect.
Miss.
So I'm going to try and do this and talk.
Miss. You're a man. How are you going to do that?
Watch, I'm doing it. Look, it says perfect. So as you can see, I'm actually drumming with virtual drumsticks.
It's
my
super,
foot's going as well
it's
without
super
the
cool.
foot piece on.
It's super cool.
Do you want to show the screen?
This
I've turned my phone around. Now I can't see what's going. I can't see it. I'm not that good. But basically, you can see the lights are moving and I'm supposed to
And can you see how it's like, miss?
But I can't see what you're doing.
Miss?
Right, I'm going to put those down. But basically, that's the game mode.
It's super fun.
And
super fun.
I found it on Kickstarter or Indiego or one of those.
I would buy it in a heartbeat.
Good fun. In preparing for this,
And is the price
I think it's $150 US.
US? But does that
We're
include
giving
the
a
app?
discount as well. It includes the app. It includes, and you get the guitar as well. So you get this little box. It all comes.
It's like
everything,
hours
all
of,
the cables.
of endless fun, and it's a workout, girls.
You can
It's
actually
a
hook it up
workout.
you can hook it up to an amplifier, an external speaker, or for parents that don't want the noise, headset on.
Imagine
So
you put your
you
beautiful
look
jabber
weird,
up.
right? You're sitting there, your beautiful jabbers, your big beautiful
my
jabbers.
beautiful jabbers.
Yep,
Yeah. And then me and myself are having this entire surround sound experience while I'm.
So there we go. I
Super
have
cool.
put it into the technology store on our SME Mall.
Yes.
So for those of you that haven't been watching the show, SME, as in the small medium enterprise, the people that help sponsor our show.
Or subject matter expert.
Mall.org.
Go to the
You
mall.
can see that are there the other featured products we've had as well.
The technology show has a shop on
and
the mall.
there's a code. I think it's
code?
15%. I'm not going to say the code. You're going to have to go there and at checkout, you apply the code.
You get a
that's there.
discount.
You get a discount. So basically, we'll cover your shipping. Because a lot of these products come from overseas, I have reached out to the suppliers
Yep.
and said, help us out. So most of them are giving us, I think last week on the Lucids, on the glasses we did, was also 15%.
Yep.
That covers your shipping. So yeah, 15% off.
I just
It's fun. I mean,
look,
you've just touched it for the first time.
And look, you could easily put these in your bag and your
It
mobile
comes with a little
entertainment.
carrier bag as well.
Where's a little bag?
I think there was one. I might have it at home. No, I think I took it out.
It fits into your bag, girls. And when you're stuck and you're bored and you attend endless meetings like
Just don't
me.
beat people with it because it has got sensitive
Yeah,
Bluetooth
but
technology
they're beautiful.
inside
They
it.
feel really beautiful. And like it's super cool. I mean, I spend hours on Zoom for meetings, or I'm in between meetings, and what a great way to kind of turn off.
Definitely.
Yeah, and
I'm putting it up there so people can see
it made
as
me
well
really
on the show.
happy. It made me really happy.
Good. So that was my
nothing makes me
Thingz
happy
with a
these
Z.
days.
It's brought to you by Aeroband.
Aeroband.
As I said, I found it on Kickstarter. We've got it in the store. Go and check it out. It really is fun. If you ever want to learn how to play the drums, you have to go through tutorials before you're allowed to get to the music scene.
But
it's it's about an hour.
But it doesn't matter even if you can't play.
No, but it shows you. That's
it's
what's so
hours
nice.
of fun.
So on that note, that wasn't my.
That's
that
a
was
really
terrible.
poor.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Give me
Okay,
the bell ring. Give me the bell.
That was terrible. There we go. So that was Thingz with a Z. That was Pocket Drum. Go to the mall, type in the word drum, it'll find it, or the link. I think I had a bit.ly link up there. Where is it?
It's like
Remember, you
about
Aeroband with a capital A-U-S as in Australia.
And it's about $150
Yeah.
which translates into something Australian at some point.
It's about 190, I think.
But it'll be like, I can just imagine us having hours of family entertainment.
Yeah, it really is good fun. And my son plays the keyboard, so he can play. I can play drums. We've got a virtual band.
The new
I play
version
the full
of
as well.
the new version of the Partridge Family, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we get
The
girls to sing.
Levy family.
Oh, there it is. SMEmall.org/vendor technology.
There it
or
is.
just type in drum in the search and you'll find it. There we
What
go.
else
That
you
was
got?
better. Well, now we're going to move on to business tech news.
Mm-hmm.
Or as you were saying to me earlier on LinkedIn, Apple tech news. I think there
Well,
was a little go at.
that's all you talk about.
Well, on that note, no, it's not about Apple. This is about apps. Okay.
There's free apps.
Right. So this is a problem that a lot of people have.
This is a problem
No,
that a lot of
it's just
people
my
have.
screen goes to sleep when
This
I do that.
This is a problem a
So
lot of
this
us
is this is a problem that a lot of people fall for. I think is the word I was going to say. I just need to move that back up. You know, when you go to the App Store, it says this app is free.
Yep.
And we talk about it when I do the Apps Week. Is it free? Is it paid? Etc. Well, apparently Australia, about 10 million of us have spent $10 million
on free apps.
So what I wanted to point out was as follows. When you get a free app and it gives you a free trial, okay, 7 days, 3 weeks, a month, whatever, cool.
They still get your credit card, yeah.
You have to put your credit card details
I don't do that.
But then you can't get the app.
I know, then I don't have the app.
So I'm going to give you two options there. The first option is you sign up for like Revolut, or I'll put a tag up when we do the show, where you can get virtual cards. So you preload your card, and that's got money in, it works, and when the money runs out, that's all you've ever lost. Okay. But what I actually wanted to use on this example, a lot of people don't realize, is they delete the app, thinking, well, okay, so it's
no, you have
3
to
days
go.
are over.
Yeah,
you've got to go and unsubscribe.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Tim and Dave. They have an app. It was a featured app of the show about a year ago called Get Reminded. Aussie developed. You open the app, you put in a reminder. So let's say it says application, I'm looking at one of those, Wikipedia, etc.
7 days or
7 days,
yeah.
and it sends you a message to tell you it's expiring.
Because I got stuck in that when I was going through COVID, and I wanted meditation apps and mindfulness apps.
Yep.
And I ended up downloading several, and they wanted my credit card and some with 30-day trial and stuff like that. And then I forgot. And then I noticed on my credit card statement, and I've still got that problem, by the way, 100 things that I'm paying for every month that
you don't know about.
And I don't get around to taking off. And
until you get the ping and you go, oh.
So now I've gone into the back end, and I'm still getting these notifications, but they will expire at the end of the term, which is 1 year. Because some of them, you're free for like a 7-day trial, and then it's $80 for an annual sign up.
So Mr. Hemsworth got into trouble for that with his Centre app when COVID started.
I can't believe Mr. Hemsworth got into trouble
Oh,
for anything.
he did. He's got a great app called Centre. So it's Centre without the E, for personal training, and it actually really is a good app. So I have to give him kudos on that. The meals, the training, everything is brilliant. But he gave it when I think he did a deal with Fitness First. So what was happening is when COVID started and we couldn't train, Fitty First gave us like 6 months of Centre for free. And you put your credit card details, but there was a glitch in the system and it started billing. And it billed the whole lump sum. And it was like $800 or something. That was a whack. So he apologized, he refunded, he did everything. But this is not new. Unfortunately for us, fortunately for the app developers, they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because they know that 80% of the people will use for once.
Give us that figure again, Brett. How much?
$10 million.
Million or billion?
Million. 10
million only?
Well, it's 10 million Australians and $10 million seems to be the numbers. We're about number 4 in the world of the worst for doing this.
So that's not as high as I would have thought, but it's probably, it's weird to associate.
$10 million on free apps.
Yeah.
Like, it's free, right? Ain't free.
It's quite ironic.
So, yeah, guys, girls, people in between, go into the app and unsubscribe. Don't just delete it. You will be billed.
So I know where the 10 billion came from. It's the next item.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm staying with games. Do you know what that logo is, Angela?
It's a face.
It is. So that is the logo for a chat called Discord. I don't know if you've heard of Discord.
No.
So Discord,
I know what Discord means. I don't know what the app is.
Okay. So that meaning, now when I tell you who uses that, you'll see where the meaning comes into it. So Discord is an app that all gamers use. Like for chat, they use Discord. It's their app. So if you're chatting to anyone in gaming, if I want to speak to my son, I don't use WhatsApp or SMS. I jump onto Discord.
Or go into his room and grab him by the...
No, if I go into his room, I might get killed. I might get something thrown at me, right? So
you chat
use
to him.
Discord.
Use Discord,
Yeah, you can make phone calls on it as well.
Oh, wow. So it's quite it's a proper
app.
It's a rebellious app. Because
you do know that logo, don't you?
I do know that logo.
Okay, and that was you were telling us now how much they're offering.
Microsoft looking to buy Discord for $10 billion.
With a B for Brett.
Yeah, billion.
billion.
Will give good first-party data of a community that spends.
So those are my notes. So basically, why would they pay 10 billion for this? I think for Discord users, it's terrible. I'm just putting that out there. Because Microsoft now owns it. But for Microsoft, because remember, Microsoft owns Xbox, which is a foot into the gaming world.
Yes.
I mean, serious gamers don't count console.
Makes sense. It's
it
a
does
good
make sense. It's
acquisition.
aligned. But the first-party data that I'm talking about there in my notes is the cookie is about to turn off. So media companies are scrambling as to how to send adverts to us. So by Microsoft taking over Discord, they know that you can put gamers into a group. How they buy, what they spend their money on, where they spend their money, etc. And now you have all the first-party data. You have the names, you have their handles, you have a way of communicating with them straight through Discord. You could integrate this into all of your games.
What a phenomenal business decision.
It is a phenomenal business decision.
And it's only $10 billion. Guess what? Cheap.
It is cheap for them. And considering what they paid for LinkedIn, which was all about business.
Which they've screwed up since they took it over. They have screwed that up.
I'm sorry. That's why I said, unfortunately, that's why I turned their logo on the side. Did you notice that? I didn't put it straight on like it's supposed to be. I'm personally not excited about Microsoft taking over Discord. I think it could be
with any of these apps and applications that are independently sort of set up, and we don't know whether this app was.
You can see that Shaz is in the studio as well, by the way. So
hi, Shaz.
Just to let you know, we see you.
We don't know what the original intent is. So people could be building applications knowing that they might be acquired by.
I think they do that, Angela.
and specifically built for them. So we won't presume that they're doing anything other than profiting from their business plan, and good on them.
Yep.
You know, I think $10 million would turn me.
Look, I don't. For the guys that created Discord, congrats, and I know they'll pay it forward to their teams. And I'm even going to go so far as to say that they would probably take a percentage of that and put that back into the gaming community, helping people that are previously disadvantaged, finding really good causes to get, to bring esports and gaming up. And I have no doubt they'll do that. It's probably part of the requirement as well. I just think that Microsoft is part of big tech, the Facebooks, Apples, that of the world, bit evil having that much data on people. But it is what it is. Moving swiftly along. What would the show be if I didn't bring Apple into it? But this is, look at the eyes going. Just wait. I wish I could grab the camera and bring that in. It's like,
I'll do it like this.
This is a testament, though, to Apple. Okay, and I'll tell you what. That is the Apple Watch 3. That's not the 4 or the 5. No, you're going to do that, but you might want one of these. If you're with eBay or eBay, what's it called? Their premium plus, eBay Plus. Have you seen those adverts with eBay?
I love them.
I love them as well. It's like such
Tuesday.
a office.
I love the.
We should get sushi, Carol. Have you seen those?
And the hair straightener day.
What was that? If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Then it must be really.
And they've really
and the
selected the great characters. Although I will say that I am waiting for the PC police. To make a comment as to who the butt of the jokes are and what the racial diversity.
Please don't butt yourselves right off a planet. It's
really funny.
It's like on The Office.
Where we should get sushi, Carol.
We should get sushi, Carol. So eBay Plus, okay. Now for a very short period of time.
Nobody said hello to us today.
No one said hello to us today. Someone say hello on chat or something. We're feeling left.
Reach out.
But we have had questions come in.
Okay, we better hurry up then. Let's go.
So $199.
Yeah. What is it?
Watch 3.
Okay.
So this is the 6.
Yeah.
That's the 3.
Yeah.
You won't be able to do the heart rate when it's allowed.
So why you bring me the bottom of the range?
So here's the thing. To buy the latest watch, you're looking at dropping $700 to $800.
Yeah.
For $199, you can get tracking, you can make phone calls, it will measure your steps, it will do your sleep, it will do everything that the latest models would do, with the exception of the heart rate and the oxygen measurement in your bloodstream. But if you've got someone that needs to have an Apple Watch, an elderly person for fall detection, if you want to look after your kids, you want to be able to phone them and their phone doesn't work, for $199 to get into a smartwatch and have all the features of a smartwatch, this is a really good deal. So this is Brett's finding really good deals, having Sushi Tuesdays, and also getting my fix of putting Apple stuff in.
Whatever.
Okay.
This is our whatever.
Okay, I'm just going to move on then.
Move on.
Right. JB Hi-Fi Hobby, by the way, where you can also buy the Apple Watch. No, you can't, not at that price. And I don't have it on the SME store either. JB Hi-Fi and Harvey Norman. Let's just hit my next button because while I'm talking, that's going to happen.
Amazon set to destroy them.
It actually, so here's the thing, right? Amazon for the last 4 years have been building the fulfillment centers, their warehouses all over the place.
Which are the size of 2 cities, yeah.
They are massive, right? They are basically going to destroy JB Hi-Fi and Harvey Norman. I'm just going to put that out there. People are going to, maybe that will start some chatter. They are going to kill brick and mortar shopping as we know it. That's my statement.
But why are you specifically targeting Harvey Norman and JB Hi-Fi?
Because they're the only people that actually would compete with Amazon in the sense of having stock, having fulfillment, pricing. They do have online, they do delivery. But Amazon's fulfillment centers and price points are going to destroy, and Goodfellas and anyone else that plays in that. But I think their target, Good Guys. Goodfellas was a movie, right? I think their target was actually JB Hi-Fi and Harvey Norman. I think those are the 2 big mainstays that we still have.
I think they might have recognized who their competitors are, but I don't think they care.
Now
A to Z didn't come here to.
We are very proud about what we do with small, medium enterprise. We've built them all. We've done all these good things. So I'm going to say, let's take the fight back to them. Don't support Amazon. Okay, now I'm waiting for someone to say, oh, Amazon can do this and you can't do that and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying we've built a mall as part of the Small Medium Enterprise Association. We talk about it every week on the show. We've now put cool pocket drum things and finding stuff there. It's free, okay?
Yep.
Amazon charges a lot of money for you to sell stuff there. If you want your own page on Amazon, it's 50 grand. That's what it costs you. When you see Jabras and Alcatel and whoever else have their own page and with their branding, it's 50 grand. That's what it costs them. Our mall is free. We have 240,000 members. We're all for small businesses. We also sell services. Amazon can't sell services. JB Hi-Fi can't sell service. When I say sell, if you sell a service, if you're a service, our guest today is a service business. She has a stall on our mall, which she'll talk about just now what she does. The point that I'm making is if the big guys are going after the big guys, let them go for each other. Come onto the mall, take a free store, come sell your products and your services, and forget about Amazon and eBay and sushi and everyone else. So that's put that side up there for that reason.
Sushi Carol Tuesday.
I do love that, I must say. I don't know who the agency is, but it's
very smart.
But I think that brings me to the end of our news and Apple News. As you told everyone, we're going to start calling it. I'd love to call it Apple News. Are we going to keep it as business news?
I'm going to do things with these in a moment.
Those are sensitive
yeah, I know,
as well.
But look, they're going to fit just perfect in your nose.
Okay, I'm not going to upset you anymore because we're going to have fun now. We're going to speak to our guests. I'm going to just bring her into the studio.
She's been relaxing in our green room.
Share screen.
With all our refreshments.
We're going to go like this. And
the elevator music.
And I'm going to go like that. Oh, I didn't leave the name up first. So first of all, I'm just going to quickly do this. And I'm going to go share. And we're going to
Hard to get good help.
I know, it's terrible.
Sharon.
Right? So Sharon Jones, Shaz, is the founder of MatchPay. There, I've put it back up. So we've got this founder of MatchPay. Now I'm going to go back to full screen mode because we can. Hey, Shaz, welcome to the show.
Hey, Brett. Hey, Angela.
Hi, Sharon. You see how I get most of the screen, right?
I can do one of those selfie things.
You've got to lean in, Brett.
He's photobombing me.
We can do the bunnies.
I could be, bunny.
Right, back to the
Very Easter.
Well, interesting story.
Yes, tell me.
I went to the Bondi Innovation Alliance meeting. So it's, these workplaces like fish burners and all that.
Yep.
Bondi has put one together for people that live in Bondi.
Oh, okay.
And I met Shaz there, and we all got a chance to introduce what we're doing. And I thought, well, this is pretty cool. She's at startup stage and she's getting going. I thought, well, what better platform
than
the technology show? And here we are. So you see these things work. Going to these meetings and meeting people, and look, we're
well, it's not like you do much else, Brett.
No, I don't. So Shaz, before I get thrown under more buses, MatchPay.
Tell us about
yourself. Tell us about MatchPay.
Tell us about MatchPay.
Okay, well, MatchPay is cash flow as a team sport. So it's a very different way of paying invoices and getting paid. It's basically collaborative cash flow. So I'm going to ask you a question. Why do we teach children to share?
So that they don't get fat eating too many sweets on their own and have to go to the dentist. And,
Because I'm trying to teach them that they don't
Nothing
need.
is free in life. Someone finally, sorry to cut you off, Shaz. We were asking for a comment, and Oleg has just said nothing is free in life. Back to you. Why do you teach them to share?
I ask our little ones to share because I used to, when we had two, I used to buy two of everything. And then suddenly I thought to myself, I'm teaching them incorrectly if I think I'm going to get them three of everything so that they have one each. So now I always say you can only have one of something, and they're still trying to negotiate how they succeed in getting one thing. So often
was that the right answer, Shaz?
Often they walk away from the negotiation with nothing, Sharon, I might add.
Oh, dear. Well, that's really interesting because, basically we teach children to share. So instead of having one child with one toy and another child with their toy, we teach them to share so that both of them now have a friendship and they can trade and negotiate and have access to each other's toys. So they both now have both toys. And it's the same in business. All of business is about trade. It's about relationships. It's about negotiation. And when we do it together, then we're all better off. It's not about, we don't teach children to share their toy because we want them to lose what they've got. We want them to gain what they haven't got. And so match pay is about helping people work together more closely and seamlessly and effortlessly than ever before. So it's basically a big cloud of invoices, and everyone puts their invoices up. And then as soon as one person makes a payment, because everyone's invoice that is an accounts receivable for the business, it's also an accounts payable for another business, right? So it's a natural connector between two businesses. It's a two-way marketplace, if you like. It's inherently viral because it has both sides. So whenever someone puts up their accounts receivable, it's also accounts payable someone else. So we line them all up just like a domino run. And as soon as the first person pays, everyone in that domino run shares that money to get paid and pay. And so it just, if you had all the invoices in the world, which hopefully one day we will, you could theoretically pay all of the invoices in the world with just one payment, as long as the first payment was large enough, because we'd all be working together. So,
okay, so can you walk me through, because let's say I've got an invoice that I'm going to issue to Brett for work.
Yeah.
And
I don't work.
And it's $500.
Okay.
Right. I'm billing him.
Yep.
And he needs to pay.
Let's say we all owe each other $500.
Yep.
So Brett owes you $500. You owe me $500, and I owe Brett $500. So we put all those invoices up.
Can I just stop for a second? Can both of you just pay me and
I'm
go now?
I'll just take him out, and we're up. We're up money.
We all owe each other $500. So it's a triangle.
No, it's like if we're at a Chinese restaurant and we've got like a lazy Susan, we're all sat around the same
circular economy.
It is.
Yeah, so it is a circular economy. It's like the sharing economy. So we only owe the next person $500. And so what happens is when the first person pays, so say if I pay Brett, then as soon as I pay Brett, the network goes and it looks for, does Brett owe anyone else that is the same or a lesser amount? And so it'll find, Brett owes Angela. So Brett has ticked off his accounts receivable, and he's now ticked off his accounts payable to Angela. So now Angela receives the $500, and it looks in the network and says, does Angela owe anyone else? And it says, oh yeah, she owes Shaz. So now Angela has received the money from Brett, and she's also paid the money to Shaz. So it can keep on going for as long as there are invoices to pay. So everyone fully receives the money and fully pays the money, and it's done in nanoseconds instead of 30 days or 30 days after the end of the month, or one business I worked for, the terms were like 4 months. So they had a long time to wait
They're
for
still small
payment.
business. No, they're just still small business.
So Sharon,
Yeah.
I think what's of course I have 1,000 questions, but I
Yeah,
won't ask them about
Great.
the business players.
Yeah.
But I guess this is also a trusting circular economy, right? Because everyone has to go into this on a trust transparency basis.
So
Well,
let me,
Yep. Go
that
Brad.
they are in fact.
well, let me add into that. So let's go back to our original example. I'm going to add one more player into it. Her name was
Okay.
Melissa Caddick. Okay, so she's
Okay.
going to come. She's enough. So we all owe each other 500.
But she's disabled because she hasn't got at least 1 foot.
Yes, but when it got to her, she just disappeared with the 500.
Correct.
So now all of us are gone because
The
that circle that
domino,
was
the domino's broken,
yeah,
right?
there was just a big hole between her where she put her foot in it.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon. But ouch. Okay, so that's I like the idea because I can see how basically using one payment to keep cash. It actually comes to mind how the Americans used to behave with their credit cards. They got one credit card to pay the other, and you could keep doing it.
Why is that Americans?
That they were.
Now, why is
infamous
that
for
Americans? We've been doing that here for ages.
But they got themselves into such trouble with that. We at least sorted ourselves out. When you miss that one payment, right, it all comes down. So what happens now in our situation where I've got paid and I'm going, well, screw you guys, I'm going home, like they say in South Park.
I'm taking my $500 and I'm going.
Yeah. Somewhere down
Well, you don't, because the platform does it for you. So the network goes and searches, and if there is any, it basically is just keep asking, is there anything else I can pay? Is there anything else I can pay? And so as soon as it finds something else it can pay, it pays it. So it's not like you have the opportunity to take off with it. But having said that, you will never be worse off because it only pays something after you've first received the same or a higher amount.
And do you have plugins that accept like MYOB or Xero invoicing plugins so that people just naturally
I feel like we're in a
happens?
baseball.
You know, so that I don't have to upload all my invoices, let's say.
Exactly, yeah. So at the moment it's only Xero, but that's
MYOB
a great
is very
question,
slow.
Angela.
Yeah, MYOB is very slow, very clunky. They're not very, interact. I say
Shots
that
fired.
I am a dedicated MYOB user and have been my entire life, but I also call out that they are not innovative. They're clunky. They lag behind innovation. They're not open to new opportunities. They're always last in the list to get stuff done, and their help centre sucks. Nevertheless.
Yeah, well, I started on MYOB in 2000 when the GST came in. I was on Quicken before that. And then I was on MYOB for, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 years before I went to Xero. But my hope is that we will have integrations with all of the accounting software, all of the payment software, so that people can use exactly what they're using now. But at the moment, it's only Xero, and it basically is triggered as soon as you draft an invoice in Xero, nothing happens. And then as soon as you save an invoice in Xero, nothing happens. But when you approve that invoice in Xero, it's triggered straight away and it comes in. We only collect about 7 data points, so we don't need to know lots of stuff that's ordinary on an invoice. So we don't need to know what account you're charging it to or what it's for, but we need to know the total amount. And so we take the invoice number and a few other data points. And is
it self-reconciling, Sharon?
It's self-reconciling. That's the whole thing.
I was about to say, when you started talking about accounts receivable and accounts payable, my accounting teacher and my father would love you because that whole double journal discussion. Obviously, you're an accountant and have an accounting background, but that was the thing to get stuck in every business owner's head. Money comes in, it has to go out, and you've got to show it somewhere.
Well, Sharon, many decades ago, when I used to do my own bookkeeping, I would spend many hours at the end of each month trying to allocate the $1.50 until I sat in my accountant's office when he was reconciling and things were out, and he'd go, "No, we don't worry about that. Just make it balance. That's all I'm out." And I'm thinking, how many wasted lifetimes? So, but that's why I'm saying if it self-reconciles, then it's all already automated, and there's nothing more for someone to do other than include to be part of match pay.
So, I mean, I can see the obvious benefits is that straight away you're turning a cash flow cycle from 30 plus days to zero.
Yeah.
Literally, because as soon as I've loaded and you've loaded and a cash injection comes in, it's going to start that system.
So why do this, Sharon? Was this a way to help small business?
Yeah, so last March, when COVID sort of first struck, the Prime Minister did an address to the Business Forum, and he said that the first thing that you can do if you're a business is hold on to your employees, support your employees, because you're going to need them when we all come out of it at the end. And he said the next thing that you can do is go back to the office and pay your invoices. And don't pay them just in time, pay them ahead of time.
Yeah.
So because the effect on the whole economy of doing that is massive. And because you'll know if anyone who's had their own business, if someone doesn't pay you, then straight away it means that you can't pay someone else. And it kind of does have this knock-on effect in the real world anyway. And that's what happened when COVID struck. Everything just... because people didn't have the confidence, they kind of just stopped paying bills and they weren't getting paid.
They were scared. They didn't know where their money was going to come from next, so they held on to what they had and just didn't pay people, and that caused a whole other world of pain.
I just want to jump in there quickly before we carry on, because I don't want to stop the trail of thought, but for all business owners out there, if you do have cash flow problems, just speak to your suppliers. That's the worst thing that companies do. Oh, no, I'll pay you next week, Tuesday, guarantee. And, of course, Tuesday doesn't come. You know, we're all in this together. All small businesses are there together. If I don't have cash flow, I'll phone my suppliers and say, look, one of my biggest clients didn't pay me, but they've told me they're paying me next week. As long as you communicate, it's fine. It's when people hold back and just go, oh.
But, Sharon, also, I find that I paced myself throughout COVID and budgeted for bills, even if they weren't due for 30 days or 60 days. I actually initiated payment processes ahead. And if I had 60 days to pay a bill, I paid it in 2 parts. So by the time the 60 days was up, I paid the whole thing rather than be late at the other end. Do you know how many systems I broke doing that?
But now they would take care of that because it takes the money.
Including government departments who wrote to me and said, oh, perhaps we've billed you incorrectly because you've paid us already this much. And I just went, you can't, there's systems they don't recognise.
Yeah, they don't.
That's the thing. So I describe it as a bad game of hide and seek, because you know what's in your system, but the other party, and it's always a two-way thing, they don't have any idea what's in your system. So that's why we have to pay account staff, and they have to ring them up or email or write them a letter and say, you know, I didn't get that invoice, or I've already paid that invoice, or why did you only pay half when this was the whole amount? Are you paying installments? Do you need an arrangement? All of that sort of thing is caused because we all have a single entity accounting system. No one has brought accounting into the network age where we have a multi-entity accounting platform. And like even Xero and MYOB and all of those things that are innovative and they're in the cloud, they're still only single entity accounting systems. The first thing you do when you get into Xero is you have to choose which entity that you're working on. So MatchPay is completely new. It's got everyone all in together so that we can do that auto reconciliation upfront straight away instantly.
I'm just conscious of time, but here's a question I do need to ask, and it's like I feel like I'm getting out of the party before I've even got in. How would you exit though? So, you know, you say your payment system starts only once you've been paid. So let's say I load, and I do love that. I do love the concept, by the way. Say I loaded up 5 invoices. I got a total of 20K sitting inside MatchPay. I received my first payment from Angela for $500. So now I'm down to $19,500. Something goes wrong, or I've decided to sell my business like Discord did for $10 billion. I'm out and I've got to pull. What happens at that point? Because now I'm all integrated into that whole domino effect, how would I exit? Do I have to now pay out different, how does that work?
Well, you're only in the domino effect for like a nanosecond when the actual payments are triggering through. The rest of the time, your invoices are just sitting there, right? It's like, Xero or anywhere else where there's no activity on the invoices. So in that situation, you just pull all of those invoices. You just close down your account and all of your invoices disappear. So if you're bought out by...
So let's say, for example, Angela was in the system. Otherwise, she wouldn't have paid me the $500 she owes, right? So she received $500 from someone. She only had $2,000 in the system. So she receives $500. Her balance goes down to $1,500 that's committed in match pay. That $500 comes to me because she owed me $500. You told everyone there's a record that Angela owes me $500. I'm going to collect that. And now I pull out. She's out of pocket $500 because she's paid me, although she's been paid.
No, you're never out of pocket.
Oh, because you've been paid first.
Yes.
You see.
So you're always paid.
Is there a male and female version of match pay? Because we might need to keep the boys separate.
No, there isn't. We're gender neutral. We're neural diverse.
Well, we might need to rethink that on the advisory board.
Okay, I realise
it's not their fault, Sharon.
Okay, what happens on the part paid invoice, Sharon? So now I only got $320.
Oh, for goodness sake! So we're here to harass them.
It's interesting. I'm trying to get the AI side of it. There's an algorithm that she's built.
There clearly is an algorithm, and I wanted to know does the money in this nanosecond that the money is in this virtual world?
Yeah.
Is it sitting in a bank account earning interest?
No, it goes straight in and out of bank accounts. So it uses the ordinary banking system. Okay. So there is like an electronic funds transfer in and out of the accounts. So,
wow.
So I now have to ask the last question.
We want to work out how to intercept, don't we?
No, we want to work out how do you get paid? Is it a subscription model?
It's a subscription model, yeah. Okay. So today's the last day. That there's a March Madness sale on at the moment, and it's 50 cents a month for unlimited invoices. So normally it's $29 a month for one user, and it's $49 for 5 users, and then it's $99 a month for unlimited users if you've got a big accounting team.
Well, you're talking about if you've got different entities, like I have 5 different entities, I would be 5 users.
No, if you're logging in under the 1-0 login, then it's still just one user. So even if you've got 5 different entities, you're still just one user. So it's $29 or 50 cents today.
So where would the multiple users come in, facility?
So if you've got a large accounting team, so
if I want different
businesses, yeah. So if I had Brett working on my accounts receivable and Angela working on my accounts payable and me doing reconciliations, then I'd need 3 users.
And today's the last day for 50 cents a month?
Yes.
Forever?
Forever. So if you sign
where's
up.
the website? You haven't given me a website.
Matchpay.com.au.
How many instructions do you need, dude? It's Matchpay.
I'm putting it up for everyone. Because it's not on the ticker.
50 cents.
50 cents.
Didn't.
Did you know about this?
No.
Sharon, why did you not tell us? Your PR people will be very upset.
I'm going to fire them immediately.
That would have been illegal.
I apologise on their behalf.
Put it up.
Because we would have promoted this on when we sent out the alerts on the live stream. We will do our best. Do you manage all of that, Sharon? Yes. Are you managing? So can we be really cheeky and say that if it goes out today and people respond overnight, because we'll push it out like from now, Sydney time that we're live, and then overnight, if people come in and mention that they heard it on the tech show, will you extend it by a day?
So they'll have problems if it's after midnight doing it through the website because it will change from 50 cents to up to midnight. But if they email me, I can set them up manually. So if they say Angela sent me, I will give them the 50 cents. If they
And
say
Brett-
Brett sent me, I will
Oh,
charge
there we
them
go.
double.
It'll be, yeah.
Now you've got a store on the SME Mall. I see that you've opened
I
up.
have.
So you could put a code there and they could check out there as well.
Ah.
And if
okay.
you have any troubles with that, Brett can do that manually for you.
Aha.
Ah.
Oh, not Angela, Brett.
We're sharing, we're trading, we're
delegate.
negotiating.
It's called the circular
The
economy.
circular economy, yes. I get delegated to and you
That's
get the rewards.
that's fantastic, Sharon. Good on you.
Thank
for
you.
coming up with this idea. What a unique way of us pooling our resources in a positive way where no one misses out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's almost like at first you think, oh my God, it's too good to be true. Where's the loophole? But there isn't one.
There isn't. And
No,
also,
there
it's
isn't.
transparent. It's 50
transparent,
cents
yeah.
or $29. So you're not clipping the ticket on my transaction,
No, it's a
which is what a lot of
subscription.
people I thought initially might.
Well, that's what I thought. Are
Yeah.
you using my money or all these billions of dollars sitting in this
That
crypto
1 cent.
account?
Do you remember the penny pincher model at Wall Street? You take that one penny and it adds up to the 150.
Because we were going to
work.
work out how we would intercept the algorithm
We
and
can't.
funnel channel, instead of the money going, ooh, just go like a detour. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
No, I want as much of the money to stay in the economy as I can.
Right.
That's the whole point, that we use
I think
use working capital the most efficiently way. Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. And I don't know if you've thought about this at all, but there needs to be some kind of rewards system there where the flybys can be accumulated for the more that you're in the thing. So you should have a word to Qantas about these Qantas rewards or something like that. Not that we're traveling anywhere,
No.
but flybys, like the actual business flybys or something, because there would be a way of clipping that ticket on the spend somehow there. I know there would be a way, I'm sure.
Yep, I agree.
Another rewards way of doing business this way.
Agreed.
Yeah. At the moment, we're not doing it with credit cards. We're only doing it with actual bank accounts.
Yeah.
But
there would be a rewards. There would be a way to.
We'll still be able to do it
Yeah.
just by the transaction.
Yeah, with debit visas and things like that. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That's a good idea.
Or the rewards.
Thank you, Angela.
Flybys card themselves is not a credit card. You know when you go to
No.
Coles,
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that. But anyway, or we could just build an app, Sharon, for
There we
rewards.
go.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And soon I'll probably see you at the Alliance as well. At the
I
Innovation.
think you will. Yeah.
Awesome.
Matchpay.com.au.
There we go. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
2 thumbs up.
Bye.
Bye.
So there we go. You see, I do find things interesting every
Occasionally
now and then.
you find-
Occasionally I do.
You find great ideas.
I do. So MatchPay, there it is, matchpay.com.au.
And if you jump in there before midnight, 50 cents forever a month.
Oh, she's not doing herself justice.
50 cents forever.
She's not doing herself justice. Right.
Right.
Do we have time for Q&A? Because
Not much time.
We
What
have
time
to
is
do
it?
because 2 questions came through online.
give us the
let's do it
questions.
quickly. There are the questions there.
Sushi Tuesday.
Oh, Carol, we should do sushi. There we go.
Okay, question number 1. I have a smart TV, but I can't mirror from my iPhone. I have downloaded so many different apps and nothing. Well,
this is to make me bash Apple.
I have the answer to that. There are 4 levels of judging things. Good, great, perfect, and miss. This is a miss.
Okay.
Is it an Apple TV?
No. So here's the problem. To ever ask the question, I'm going to start with pairing TVs with an Android is generally easier because most TVs have Android Wear or TV OS was built on Android. So they have a thing called screen mirroring.
Yep.
So that works. Apple, who I love, unfortunately will not cast natively to most TVs because it's Android Wear. So the only way you can do it, unfortunately, is to get a Chromecast and put that in the back of the TV. That's the cheaper option. And then on your iPhone, you look for the Chromecast logo, which works on YouTube, Netflix. Most of the apps will have a Chromecast feature. It's like a little square with 3 lines. If you wanted to just share your screen, so whatever you've got on your phone appears on your TV, an iPhone, you swipe down, you go share screen, it works. You need an Apple TV to do that. So a little Apple TV box.
The little box. You need an
plugs in.
adapter.
Yep. or you can get a cable that goes straight into the TV. So it's not wireless.
Oh, from your phone.
From your phone. You can get an iPhone to HDMI cable.
Yeah.
You can buy them all over the place. eBay's, etc. You can just go online and buy it.
And on eBay Tuesdays,
You'll get 20%
you get a special
off.
deal.
But, yeah.
I think that's really cool. That's an easy solution, right? Cable.
Yeah. So for Android,
Phone
you
to
won't
cable.
have a problem, but that's why the person asked the question said iPhone. You can get a cable or use a Chromecast.
So what he's actually saying
you have to
is
have a
that
third-party thing.
Apple and iPhone are selfish.
Yes.
And they don't care about the user and customer experience.
Some of the
and
TVs
they consider
they've partnered with.
They consider their platforms proprietary.
No, they have I think with some of the Sonys and some of the.
But you know what? You know
Samsungs.
what's wrong there? The customer experience. There should be. You know how we
I
have.
agree. I can't argue.
Little stickers on there that say, it's 4-star energy rating or 5-star. You should when you buy a TV, there should be a little sticker. Only Android or it's iPhone. Hey.
Yep, I agree.
User experience, customer experience.
That is unfortunate one of Apple's downfall.
So I hope we helped. Question number 2.
Yes.
From Tim. Tim is a friend of ours, friend of the show, friend of mine.
Ooh.
Question from Tim from
That's a nice
LinkedIn.
one.
Tim, how soon should driverless cars be allowed? Not yet, Tim.
Okay, so it depends on the question, Tim. How soon should they be allowed? I mean, you can do it already. My opinion as to why they can't be allowed yet is when you still have humans driving and you have autonomous cars driving, you're going to have a problem. There's always going to be a human error that comes into play.
Yeah, we need a special lane, like bus lane,
which
autonomous
have you
car
been to
lane.
Sydney lately? We don't have room for our cars, let alone special
But
lanes.
there's no way while there's so many, and plus while there's so many stupid drivers.
So I think the only way we could speed up a driverless car or totally autonomous car is that if there was a way to integrate sensors into analog cars that still require people to drive, that would then communicate with driverless cars to say, there's a human driving this car.
That's not an accident waiting to happen.
Well, no, it's just to put sense out there.
But that's not an accident waiting to
alerts
happen.
the driver.
Yeah,
They
what?
need to move back. So unfortunately, to answer, it actually is a really good question.
Not
we could do
yet.
a whole show on that.
The government can't even get their act together on electric vehicles.
I would guess that you're not going to see that for 5 to even 10 years, that we'll see a totally driverless car system. And the only way we can do that is when all cars are driverless. Or like you said, there's a dedicated lane. Which, as I said, Sydney doesn't
We
have
should just
room
use
for
the bike
dedicated.
lanes.
Yes, we should, because bike lanes are a waste of time.
We should build.
Bicycles should ride on the pavements.
No
Yes.
pavements. Pavements are for pedestrians and puppies
Get them off there.
and babies.
No, get them off the road. You have to go like 1.5 meters
We need
wide
to
and-
extend. We need to make the segregated lanes that are segregated bike lanes. We need to make them a bit
I
bigger
gotta
so we
show
can have
that.
autonomous
Look at Sharon.
drivers.
Thanks for hosting me, Brent and Angela. Let's do a sushi. It's sushi.
Sushi Tuesday.
Sushi, Sharon.
Woo, woo.
So yeah, Tim, I didn't give you an answer to that, mate. But the
Yes, we
only
did.
way you can.
Not in our lifetime, Tim. There's your answer.
No, it will come. I think what could be really cool though is, and you know where it would work is a state like
A
ACT.
really cool autonomous remote controlled car.
ACT would be a great place to test it, where we say, right, all driver cars, they've got the
Hang
room
on.
into that lane.
Hang on.
Yeah.
ACT. Can we put all the politicians in the autonomous cars and then just drive them off a cliff? Just saying.
Okay, so without trying to do, what would it be, poli side? There's a cool one, poli side. I think they have enough room, the way that city's been designed, they could make an autonomous lane.
And it could be autonomous in the ACT when Parliament isn't sitting because everybody leaves, so there's plenty more room.
Which happens all the time. Right?
Yeah,
Today,
they're hardly ever there.
Correct. So,
Okay,
yeah, good
sorry,
question.
Tim. Hope we helped.
That brings up to unfortunately, we've really gone out
Thanks,
of time.
Oleg. Thanks, Sharon.
So-
Thanks, Shabana.
Till next time, keep your screens clean.
And your knobs extra shiny.